You may have heard the phrase that life happens for us and not to us. And I have to admit that during my most challenging times, this phrase used to piss me off because, you're in the challenge, you're going through a rough patch and shit is hard. And you can't really think that way. But over the years, I have really rewired myself. I don't think it's just a mindset shift. It's really a paradigm shift. It's a shift in being, honestly. It's at that level that you need to shift this. And when you do, when you ask yourself, what is the lesson behind this challenge? What am I supposed to be learning from this? And you feel into it, the answer will come, and there is always a lesson. It doesn't happen as a coincidence or like bad luck. There is no such thing. If you really dive deep within yourself, there is definitely a lesson behind every challenge. But if you don't focus on the lesson, and if you focus on the challenge itself, and you allow it to just get a hold of you, like get a grip on you, you're gonna face the same challenge, at least on an energetic level, over and over again until you learn the lesson. And it may not look like the same circumstance, but it's gonna happen. So as an example, one challenge that I was facing was I had a very toxic friend, to say the least, a very toxic friend who was going through sort of troubles with her husband. And she, whenever she was triggered, she would try to pull me down. And I felt so conflicted because I wanted to be there for this friend, but at the same time, it was like being near a burning house and somebody just wanted to drag me in it. And that's really how it felt. And there was no sense of respect. There was no sense of, whenever she asked for help, it wasn't like, can you please, I'm going through a hard time. It wasn't respectful. It was very entitled. Like, because I'm going through this, I deserve, like, I'm entitled to your help, and I am entitled to this and that. And so she started demanding things. That's what it was. It was very demanding. And so in the midst of that, it was very difficult, but I had to cut her out. I had to cut her out in at a time when she needed, help, which I admit was very difficult, but it was dragging me down, and I had my own life to tend to. I had a baby. She was 5 months old at the time, and I just couldn't give my energy off that way. But when I did that, when I made that action step, like when I cut her off, I can't even tell you, I felt this freedom that I can't even describe, because I had finally respected my own boundaries, respected myself enough to set boundaries like that. And so that's just one example, and there's so many, right? So many challenges in every area of our lives, really. So I challenge you to see your challenge as a doorway, because that's what it is. A challenge or a problem or triggers are doorways to a higher level of being, to a higher way of living. And you gain so much more freedom and wisdom out of every challenge. And I've gotten so many rewards after really looking at the lessons behind the challenges. And I'm not saying that I do that with every challenge. Sometimes it's so emotionally gripping that I can't, right? But I feel like life is very forgiving, and it will give you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to grow and to be able to see that for yourself. And so that's just something that I wanted to share with whoever is watching. Thank you.